Hello, this is Rabbi Elton from the Great Synagogue in Sydney, and I'm speaking on Friday morning. The first funerals have taken place. There'll be more later today and in the next few days. The injured are still recovering in hospital, and this, it seems, includes a 2-month-old baby who was hit by shrapnel at the time that his father was killed. We are progressing from Aninut to Avelut. We are from that terrible first moment of shock and immediate trauma to the longer period of mourning. And I think all the rabbis are doing everything they can, each in their own way, to support the community. There are rabbis who are down at the beach comforting people who've come to mourn there. There are people in hospitals, in trauma drop-in centres. There are rabbis dealing with the coroner's office. There are those who are talking to government. There are those involved in interfaith work. We've been fortunate that the chief rabbis come from London. The Rabbi Weiss and other rabbis have come from the United States to give us support to be with the community. The Hanukkah celebrations are going on many fronts. Hanukkah lightings every night down at Bondi Beach, but also the community is still investing in giving the children a beautiful Hanukkah experience, as we also try and explain to the children in ways that each can understand at their own age and level what has gone on and how we're trying to respond to it. I attended 2 funerals early in the week for 2 rabbis who were killed. The first funerals to take place, and they were overwhelmingly terrible experiences with the children and the close family of the murdered sitting with us, and now it's just a case of supporting them and supporting each other, and recognizing that we're all going through trauma, we're all suffering, and relying on people who can advise us how we can look after ourselves and how we can look after others as well. We have been truly overwhelmed and deeply grateful for the outpouring of support and love and solidarity we've received from Jewish communities around the world. It's sometimes no more than I can do to just send back a very short message, because the number of messages is so immense, and we're so grateful, and we feel very held by the Jewish community around the world. And I think the community around the world feels this is their tragedy as much as it is ours, and that's true, because we are all one family, and a Jew can be killed in Sydney or Manchester or Washington DC, but we are all one close-knit, deeply interconnected and very loving family, and when one of our limbs is cut off, we all feel the pain, and we're all feeling the pain now, and emotions are still extremely volatile, but we're also trying to be strong for ourselves and our families and the community and the Jewish people, and please God, God will give us comfort. We will make it through. This is not the end of Australian Jewry. This is not the end of diaspora Jewry. We are resilient. We could not have survived 2,000 years without extraordinary resilience. We are going through what our ancestors went through. The people who composed Abba Rachamim, the people who wrote the last stanza of Ma'atzor, they knew what we are experiencing now. Tragically, we also know what they experienced in previous generations. Of course, the generation of the Holocaust, which is still with us. Now it seems it's our turn. We didn't want it, we didn't seek it, but we'd have a choice. I think a lot these days of the Pirkei Avot. Against your will you are born, and against your will you die. Well, many people died against their will on Sunday, but we're also born against our will. We don't choose the time or the generation that we're born into. We just have to rise to its challenges. I'll share just one final thought, which was very powerful, which was shared at the Levaya of Rabbi Eli Schlanger by his father-in-law, Rabbi Ullman, who said, in the name of the Lubavitcher Rebbe, and of course Rabbi Ullman and Rabbi Schlanger were Chabad Hasidim, that the Lubavitcher Rebbe said, when confronted with a case where a man actually died at the age of 40 while celebrating the Hachnasat Sefer Torah of a new Torah in a shul, which his sister had donated, and the sister wrote to the Rebbe and said, how can it be that this is the reward for the Torah? How can it be? And the Rebbe said that we don't decide when we die. That is determined by God. Kol b'dei shamayim chutz miyirat shamayim. But we do choose what we're doing when we die. And he was celebrating the inauguration of a new Sefer Torah. He was involved in beautiful, sacred activity. And that's the choice we have. Rabbi Eli Schlanger, who it seems walked towards the gunmen, pleading for them to stop, and was shot down. Or people who were shot and injured while sheltering small children. We can't choose when we die, and we can't choose ultimately when God is going to spare us, but we can choose what we do in those moments, and we can choose what we do in every moment, and that's the choice and the call and the responsibility which is for all of us now. So thank you for your support and your fellowship, and I ask you to pray for the murdered, pray for their bereaved loved ones, and pray for the injured.